So hi everybody, I'm Fox. I'm the supervisor for the At Your Table Cafe in Mountain View. Happy Earth Day. Since it's Earth Day, I'm going to talk about food storage and how to properly store foods for the safety topic to start us off. It can minimize waste and keep you from getting sick. FIFO is first in, first out, and this is with food organizations so that you use the food first before it goes bad, and keeps you from eating bad food too. So be aware of foods with the expiration date. Use the sooner dates first, so arrange newer foods in the back and older foods in the front. Also, some food products, once opened, will need to be refrigerated after opening despite the expiration date. So pay attention to the label. They'll tell you how many days it should be used within opening. So as you guys know, it's Earth Day. Yesterday, I got an email that today is the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. And Two It's Green teams are launching a virtual Earth Day challenge, and it's ecochallenge.org. So if you head over, you can see how your actions can improve our environment and a fun little challenge. And this challenge consists of activities that align with Intuit's public sustainability goals. Like there's a zero waste goal and the climate positive goal. This this challenge involves like earning points for the actions you take, and the top 3 scores on there will win a gift from a small green business. So it's a pretty cool idea. So if you head over, it's ecochallenge.org and check it out. I think the challenge lasts until sometime in May, so there's still plenty of time to sign up. Um, so if anyone has some cool ideas that will help us live a more eco-friendly lifestyle, you can let us know in the chat box. Also, I'll be answering any questions you guys have after my presentation, and you guys can also ask them in the chat box as well. So I'm going to show you guys some things that I do at home to be more green. During this shelter in place, we're all spending more time at home preparing food, so we'll have some organic waste. And instead of throwing them out, let's make use of them. So I'm going to start to share my screen. Okay, so basically, I'm going to show you guys ways to reuse kitchen scraps and waste besides composting. There are plenty of ways you can reuse kitchen scraps, so I'm just gonna go over a few that I do. I haven't kind of experimented with all of them, but I've experimented with fruits and vegetable scraps, citrus peels, coffee grounds, and eggshells. So replanting scraps is something that I personally love to do. There's lots of benefits to that besides free food. There are no bugs. You don't really need soil. It's very easy. It's kitchen decoration and it's fun. There are many vegetables and fruits you can regrow. There's pineapple tops, carrot tops, onions, potatoes, lemongrass, and herbs. And I'll go over a few projects that I've started since the shelter in place. You can also reuse citrus peels. Coffee is something we still drink every day. So if you guys have coffee grounds, instead of throwing them out, I'll show you some ways you can reuse them. And there are eggshells you can save to reuse as well. So first, over here I have scallions, and I make sure that they have some roots attached to them, so that when they grow back faster and because if you don't have roots on the bottom of them, they tend to not really grow. Uh, for for the scallions, I just used the bottom of a water bottle that I cut, and it's just water, so you can use any container. This is just something I had laying around. And you can use water that you save from waiting for the shower to heat up, or that rainwater that you collected. It doesn't have to be any special type of water. So scallions grow back really quickly. You can see at day 6, just barely a week, I've already got an inch on them. And after 2 weeks, the roots started to grow a bit longer, and I didn't want them to get tangled up, so I just transferred them over to some old soil I had laying around outside. I used a lid that I had from a whey protein container for a drip tray. And here I have romaine lettuce. I just used a plastic container I saved from takeout a while ago, and I also just put regular tap water in that. And I got about a little inch after day 6. And in 2 weeks, I have a tiny little baby romaine lettuce. Here's celery. With this, I took a different approach, kind of something of my own personal experiment. Instead of chopping off the butt and having like celery pieces, I just stripped the whole thing until I got to its core and just stuck that in a peanut butter jar lid with some water. And it actually grew back quite nicely, not as a tight bunch, but just very organically, and it looks really pretty. Uh, as the roots started to grow out, I transferred that over to some soil using an empty water bottle again, which I pulled holes at the bottom of. I then used the peanut butter lid as a drip tray. So this was after 3 weeks, as you can see. With some larger vegetables, I just used a cereal bowl I had laying around in the kitchen, and this is Napa cabbage, day 1. And after a week, I had a little sprout going, and day 20, it was growing quite tall. It had a good root system growing. So I tried transferring that to some soil, and I took it outside to see how it would do, but it didn't really like it, so it died. So that was kind of sad. Um, you you don't really need sunlight. I was able to grow most of these indoors. Um, you can put them near the window for some natural sunlight. The more sunlight they get, I think they grow faster. I noticed some of the vegetables I had near the window grow faster than the ones on the table, but they all grew quite easily. This was a couple years back. I had an avocado seed, and I bought this tool called Avocido. You can get it on Amazon or online on their website, which kind of floats your avocado seed in water. I took a trash bin that I had and filled that up with water and just floated the avocado seed in there. It grew a nice taproot, as you guys can see in the picture on the left. Then after a while, I transferred that to some soil and kept it indoors, and it grew nicely. If you don't have avocado, you can just take some toothpicks and suspend the avocado seed in water, like Good Housekeeping shows in the picture on the right. So moving on to citrus peels. Um, there are plenty of things you can do with them. This is just a few. In my picture, I have some orange peels that I've been keeping in sugar, and it kind of helps give it a fresh orange zesty flavor, and it's really great for baking. If you stick it in brown sugar, it keeps the brown sugar soft. Other things you can do with it is infuse it into olive oil, steep some in tea. You can use the zest to flavor butter. A lot of people use citrus peels to freshen the garbage disposal, and you can clean the microwave with citrus peels. If you stick some peels in a bowl of water and just heat that up in the microwave, it gets all the grime off and keeps your microwave smelling fresh and clean. And there are plenty of DIY products you can use citrus peels for too. Coffee grounds. So In the picture I have a bowl of coffee grounds, used coffee grounds sitting in the fridge, and I keep that in there because used coffee grounds can be, they neutralize odor, so you can stick them on the counter, put them in the fridge, and um, keeps your fridge smelling clean and fresh. You can also add used coffee grounds to potting soil. Coffee grounds have a lot of nutrients like nitrogen, calcium, potassium, iron, phosphorus, magnesium, and chromium. Coffee grounds can tenderize meat. They have natural acids and enzymes, and they add flavor. And you can also use them for a natural cleaning scrub for pots and pans. Coffee grounds can be used to repair scratched wooden surfaces, and there are DIY beauty products you can use coffee grounds in. People use it for mixed with oil for body scrub. You can make a scrub for your hair, and I've heard people using it as hair tints to give your hair like a deep brown hue color. And people have made facial masks with them by mixing it with cocoa and um, other binding ingredients like egg whites and water, or just water or other oils. So eggshells, I've started seedlings in eggshells before. You should probably keep the egg carton for that so they can stand upright. Otherwise, they're a good potting soil addition, like coffee grounds. They add nutrients. They have calcium and small traces of magnesium, fluoride, selenium, and they're good for deterring garden pests too. If you're gonna eat them, which you can, I've read, I haven't tried this, but people have ingested them, and if you're gonna do that, try to make sure your eggs are organic. It's if you can clean them and grind them in the food processor and fill up like empty pill shells. I think you can buy from natural food stores and use them as a calcium supplement. They're also a natural cleaning scrub for pots and pans. Um, a cool little idea to make sidewalk chalk out of them. If you grind them up in the food processor again, and then mix them with some flour, water, and coloring, um, you can take that paste and roll it up into a tube using paper towels or just like toilet paper rolls or paper towel rolls. Let it sit, and you have some homemade sidewalk chalk. And of course, beauty products again. You can make an egg white eggshell mask. The eggshell membrane has collagen, so that's supposed to be really good for your skin. And I've heard of people using the eggshell membrane as a band-aid for paper cuts, but that sounds kind of scary, so I don't know if I'd recommend that. And that's the end of my presentation for reusing food scraps at home. Let me stop sharing my screen. If anyone has any questions, I'll log into the chat and answer them. Yeah, so let's see, we have eggshell chalk. Yeah, that was a surprise for me too. If I haven't tried that, but I know it's like you can use food coloring, natural food coloring, or any food coloring you buy, and the process is you grind up eggshells, and then you just need like a tablespoon of flour, and I think that just helps it bind, and water. And you just mix everything together until you get like a Play-Doh kind of consistency, and you take that and you just kind of shape it. And most commonly, people just roll it up because it's easiest, but I think you can stick it in any mold and then it will dry, and then you can take it out and use it. The other questions. Yeah, so other vegetables that you can plant at home this way. Pineapple tops are really cool looking. I haven't tried that. But you just like, you lop off the top, or you can just, I think you can just rip off the top and stick that in in water or soil, and it should grow. I don't think it will provide fruit anytime soon. I think it will take a few years, similar to an avocado seed. But that's one really cool project that I have yet to try. Carrot tops are another one. Same thing, you can keep them in water, and then transfer them to soil. I think most kitchen scraps, you can start in water, and transfer them to soil. Like potatoes, you can just take an old potato and suspend that in water, and it will start growing roots and stems. And eventually, if you transfer them to soil, they will grow more potatoes. Um, and onions do the same thing. They'll start shooting multiple sprouts, and once once you kind of separate those sprouts and plant each one, you can make 3 onions out of 1 onion. So that's kind of cool. Um, Lemongrass, herbs are something if you just stick in water. Um, if you get the ones that come with soil from the grocery store, they'll regrow. So yeah, there's some pretty cool ideas out there. I think I haven't tried potatoes, but I've kept a potato on my counter because it was sprouting, so it was kind of like a little bonsai potato tree I had, and I thought it was kind of cool. Do I have a garden? I don't have a garden. Um, I've only ever tried planting indoors. It would be nice to have a garden. My mom has a garden, and I used to pull weeds and try to help garden out there, but that was years ago. So I do like it. Um, but one day I'll have a garden. My favorite item to regrow. I don't know if I have a favorite, but I think the most common things I regrow are green onions, and because I use them a lot. And but I really enjoyed growing the avocado seed because it's kind of cool to see the taproot and the um the the tiny tree just grow really quickly, and so that was kind of neat. Let's see. Look at,
Mhm.
yeah, I
This
yeah,
is
definitely don't see why we couldn't utilize this practice in the garden boxes that Intuit. You can basically start plants anywhere. We can save kitchen scraps and maybe set them somewhere and grow and transfer them outside. Have I regrown fruit? No, avocado, I guess, is the only one I've regrown. That's a fruit. But if you were gonna grow any fruit, I know if you save lemon seeds, I've had some friends do this. They grow really easily. So any citrus fruit seeds will grow very easily. And I think actually a while ago I grew tomatoes. Um, but I don't know, some like they were outside, so they got aphids, and they didn't do too well. I couldn't get rid of the aphids because I didn't know what to do then. But if you have bugs, I guess you can get pesticide spray, or if you want to just keep it natural. I've heard of people using a vinegar water mix, and just spraying that on the leaves, and that should get rid of the bugs. Oh yeah, we should try to regrow coffee one day. Somebody should discover how to plant coffee beans. Okay, I guess if that's all the questions we have for today, I'm gonna wrap things up a little bit early. Thank you guys for joining me. Hope you have a good Earth Day and a good rest of your Wednesday. Bye. Thank you.